They call you the Mad Backer. How did you get this title?
That comes from T. Sizzle, my friend Terrell Suggs with the team. He came in, I was running down on kickoff, and every time he was going on the field for defense, I was in the middle of the field, kind of slowing up the transition, either arguing with a coach or arguing with a player or fighting with a player. And he said, "Why are you always mad?" It's just kind of like the chip on your shoulder that you get when you come from an undrafted place and you don't get the respect. I always tell people coming in undrafted is like being a walk-on in college. Nobody's going to give you respect. You got to take it. So I like to think I was taking respect one play at a time, and I didn't care who was out there, and they were going to know that I was playing football.
Ray Lewis, an inspirational leader for you. Is this your time to really step out of his shadow?
I look at that as that's definitely an opportunity. Ray Lewis was a great leader, great player in the face of that franchise. And, we all come to that point where, we've seen it happen with Jerry Rice, we've seen it happen with Joe Montana. And I still think Ray has a lot of juice left, but, I look at it as an honor and an opportunity that the Jets chose me. They could have picked any guys. They could have picked Boley, Andre Davis, but they chose me, and I want to prove them right.
Everybody called Ray Lewis the preacher. You obviously know this system. You're naturally going to be a leader because of your position and your knowledge of this system. What kind of leader will you be? Will you be like the preacher?
Well, I think I'll be a leader by example. We had a lot of leaders on that defense. Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs, Kelly Gregg was a huge presence on that team. But I led as well, but I chose to lead from behind, because of the way I came up, undrafted. I like to go back and I'd like to say not lead, push. I like to get about it back because it takes all 53. And sometimes it's the guy that you forget about, because I was one of those guys on the bottom of the depth chart that you need and may win that game for you. You look at the guys like Larry Brown and those guys that make big plays. It wasn't the stars that sometimes that help you get to the championship. Sometimes the guys that you think you won't need the most.
Most players consider themselves physical. You consider yourself violent. Why?
Well, football is a collision sport. It's a dangerous, violent sport. And I want to be more violent than the next guy. I always say, when it's like two Rams. That's what an ISO is. I think the ISO is the true measure of a football player, because there's no fair dodge and there's no guards to get out of the way. It opens up, it's like the Red Sea party. And you got two guys, and it's me and you. And somebody has to win and somebody has to lose. And it's going to hurt both of us. But I'm willing to take the pain longer. I'm willing to break whatever I got to break, hurt whatever I got to hurt on me to hurt you more. And just get me to my feet, and I'll do it again. And I'll come even harder when the next person may turn it down.
Does it seem like that's going to be something that's going to be contagious here on this team?
I hope so. We get these guys running around. That's the type of defense, a system that Rex, preaches, and that's the type of defense that he's going to have. If you can't step up to that plate and be physical, run to the ball, be relentless, physical, and do it on a consistent basis, he'll find a place on the bench for you or a place on an airplane somewhere else. As simple as that. We have a term. You have to play. You have to represent it. And league, watch out, man, because it's going to be some fun. I don't know if this division's ever seen the tempo and the way that we play football and the philosophy that he teaches, but if they haven't, they're going to be very surprised and very happy.
You obviously know what Rex Ryan's philosophy is. What's it going to take for this team to absorb that and get into that mode?
It won't take long. Once he tells you what we're doing and why we do it, most coordinators or most coaches keep things a secret. It's kind of like, well, we keep all the why we doing this stuff, and you just do what we say do because we're telling you to do it. Well, Rex understands that if you sometimes tell a player why he's doing it in the philosophy, and when a call is made, what he's thinking and why he does all the research and how he knows and you don't, you can commit to that call 100%. You're not doubting it like, oh, why he called that. You know why he called it, and you're willing to play it, and you believe in him 100%.
Knowing what he can do, how dominating can this defense be?
Why can't it be number one? We have all the personnel in place. We got two lockdown corners, a great safety, pass rushers, and me filling in the inside and Jenkins holding 2-3 guys. Why not? Why not now?